So the thing I wanted to come on to next was around contract economics, which, as you describe in your white paper, it sounds very boring, a bit scary, and kind of not really. It doesn't feel like there's much psychology involved in it. But actually, when you drill into it, what it's all about is incentives and trade-offs.
Yeah.
So how do you see those two factors kind of playing into this?
So, it's the way that the economics of the contract work are all, the first trade-off you've got is how do we trade cost off against value, and then the second part is how the service provider looks at trading off performance against their input costs.
So this is where you get, sorry to interrupt, this is where you get either a linear relationship, or you get a kind of geometric exponential.
In very simple terms, in a time and materials agreement, you've got a one-to-one relationship between cost and performance, or a one to whatever. It's a linear, as you say, it's a linear relationship. What you're looking to do is bend that curve, basically, so that the more it's invested in innovating the contract, the steeper that curve gets. So rather than, the outset of the contract, it might require more cost because you've got higher fixed costs, because you've got higher investment in technology, people, processes, whatever it is, in the agreement to achieve certain service levels. But to achieve, really high uptime levels, you might need personnel co-located with where the service is being delivered, for example, or you might need certain technologies, Internet of Things, sensors, whatever, that gives you real-time information as to the condition of specific assets. I'm using examples from my own field.
It applies to any service.
Professional services.
Yeah.
You can think of different parallels. But the point is, you kind of, okay, that's a theoretical example. It's a little bit kind of conceptual.
Yeah.
But the point is, you've got it. You can kind of see, right, to achieve really high service levels, and to achieve really high service standards, is going to require one of two things. It's either going to require you to throw an awful lot of bodies and time and materials at the problem, which is going to be expensive for both parties, and it's going to cap the margin of the service provider, because they're always going to be, there's only so much you can charge in margin for a lot of these contracts. Or you can allow them to use technology and in more innovative ways of delivering that service, etc. You might be able to leverage that across multiple different client groups, whatever it is, to get to that stage. So